And we'll come up here.
Okay. The question I have is, how do you feel like there ever be another fair election? I know you said about the common sense. There's no common sense
Yes, sir.
anymore. How do you feel about getting just like even holding people at the voting places accountable, whether military steps in or what? How do we feel like there could ever be another fair election? Because we pretty much know how this one went, and nobody wanted to really see it.
Right. So I feel very good about Kansas. I think we had a safe, a fair election process here. And really what we need is other states to come up to our standards. And I don't think anyone thinks that our standards are radical at all. The U.S. Constitution clearly states that the federal election should be ran and overseen by the state legislature. Okay? So the state legislature, if they want an ID, a voter ID, then Kansas can have it right now. But you have to realize what Speaker Pelosi's #1 bill, H.R. #1, is to get rid of voter ID and then to legalize and promote ballot harvesting. Her law would even keep Kansas. So it would be a federal law telling Kansas that we cannot have voter ID. But I think 80 or 90% of Americans want voter ID. Okay. And then let's talk about ballot harvesting. This is a concept that I had no idea people were out there cooking up these schemes, what ballot harvesting is. So if a state is sending out unsolicited absentee ballots, so if every person in Kansas got an absentee ballot, whether you were going to use it or not, you didn't have to show an ID or anything. So that ballot is going to go out to people that have died, people that have moved out of state. So the Democrats will be paying operatives to go out and collect those unused ballots. And to go into a nursing home or to go into retirement homes and collect mass numbers of them and fill them out for them. You know, I'm sure that they're saying, here, please fill it out and I'll take it in for you, right? So that whole process is flawed. The whole process is flawed. So this law promotes ballot harvesting and legalizes it for every state as well. And then finally, here's the big kicker, something nobody's going to like about her legislation, H.R. 1, her top priority. It's going to use federal dollars to match campaign dollars. So if somebody gave Nancy Pelosi $1, the federal government would give her $6. And I know you want more political ads, attack ads come election time, right? Using your tax dollars to, and it works both ways. If someone gave me $1, the federal government would give me $6 as well. But I don't think that's the way the election should work. She wants to go just the opposite direction from what you're describing. So I think Kansas has a good plan. I think the Georgia plan did exactly what Americans wanted to do. They required a voter ID, and they're getting rid of ballot harvesting. I think that so it improves integrity and improves the value of your vote. I think what ballot harvesting does is dilute the value of your vote. You know, it said if someone's out there collecting 20 ballots, and you make the effort to go vote at the booth, and someone else is out there finds 20, it dilutes the value of your ballot. I want to go ahead.
Do you think the Senate's going to get the pork out of that $1.9 trillion bill?
His question is, do I think the Senate will get the pork out of the bill? I don't. I think that this will be done on pretty much on partisan lines again through budget reconciliation. So there's only only one way the Senate can pass something without 60 votes, unless we get rid of the filibuster. Is through budget reconciliation. So that's how they just passed the previous $2 trillion is on a partisan basis through budget reconciliation. They'll pass another budget and jam this down our throats as well. There's been no effort by the White House or the Democrats to ask for our input on anything so far. When the Republicans went, we had to beg to go talk to the president. The 10 senators went. He listened politely. But all of his staff members behind him continuously shook their head, no, there's nothing to bargain about. So he'll shove it down our throat one way or the other.
What about the back in the Supreme Court? We hear about there's going to be a group of people, Democrat and Republican, that are going to be involved in some kind of a committee to study that. Do you see that coming along too?
They will take it to the edge as far as they can. So this is part of the power grab. This is part of the power grab. So if you're sitting there and you're a Democrat and you're concerned that There's more conservatives than liberals on the court, and not enough people are going to die in the Supreme Court. What do? Well, let's go add 4, let's go add 6 more liberal judges to the court to get things changed back your way. So that would be their goal. So now they're forming the committee and praying about it, as I would say. And but they're already loading the committee. So the co-chairman of the committee that they're appointing, of course, is a Democrat operative. And it'll be, whatever ratio it'll be, I bet it'll be like 6-2. They'll have 6 Democrats and 2 Republicans on this committee to study it. They've already read the report written. I mean, I'm being facetious here. I assume they have the report written. But part of the getting rid of the filibuster, getting rid of 50 votes would lead to statehood for Puerto Rico. It would lead to statehood to Washington, D.C., basically setting us up with one party. Just the opposite of what our founding fathers wanted. And what, so I think this could be the biggest news of the week anyway. Yep, so we'll have to fight that one tooth and nail. Part of an extreme radical agenda.